Most people move through life blind, begging for validation and attention, never realizing they're being controlled in every conversation they enter. Every glance, every pause, every word spoken in social spaces is part of a hidden gamer, quiet war for influence and control. Those who remain loud are easy to predict, easy to manipulate, and easy to dismiss. But those who learn to see the invisible strings and then pull them quietly become untouchable. You're not here to play like the masses. You're here to learn how to move in silence while everyone else screams for notice. In this video, you will learn 7 brutal laws of social control to think like a shadow master. Laws that will allow you to shape perception, unsettle others without words, and walk away with your power intact. This is the moment you enter the shadow game. Perception is reality. In the world of quiet power, what people believe about you shapes how they treat you, speak to you, and think about you when you're not in the room. The shadow master understands this first law: control how they see you, and you control how they act around you. Most people crave approval. They overshare, try to be liked, and mold themselves into whatever image they think others want. But in doing so, they surrender their power. You cannot control a room if you need the room to love you. The first step to controlling perception is to stop explaining yourself. Let silence speak where words once begged. Create an aura around yourself by mastering how you present your energy. Stand still when others fidget. Listen when others talk. Hold your gaze when others avert theirs. Your presence alone should speak before you do. This does not require arrogance. It requires quiet certainty. Control your appearance carefully, but do not obsess. Subtlety matters. A clean appearance, deliberate movements, and a calm voice are worth more than expensive clothes or loud statements. When you enter a room, walk in without rushing. Sit deliberately. When you speak, speak slowly, giving each word its weight. Section 2. Shape how they see you. Asterisk. People will begin to notice, even if they don't consciously understand why. Never reveal everything you know. Let people underestimate you at times. Asterisk. Only to reveal your knowledge in moments that matter. This contrast creates a perception of depth, mystery, and quiet authority. Asterisk. You become the one people wonder about, the one they consider before crossing. Control how you respond under pressure. Most people crack, reveal desperation, or laissez composer when challenged. Asterisk. Your test of power comes in those moments. Stay calm when provoked, and watch as the one trying to control you loses control themselves. Silence paired with a steady gaze is often more powerful than any verbal counterattack. Manage your digital perception too. Do not post emotionally charged statements online. Do not argue with strangers to defend your pride. Each act of public emotional reactivity weakens your silent image. Instead, let your actions offline build your reputation quietly. And if you speak online, let it be measured, purposeful, and rare. Use scarcity to shape perception. If you're always available, people undervalue your time and your energy. Being slightly harder to reach, taking time before responding, and prioritizing your own mission over immediate replies all build perceived value around you. People want what they cannot easily have. Finally, remember that shaping perception is not about manipulating everyone around you with lies. It is about becoming the version of yourself you respect, holding that standard, and allowing others to align themselves with that reality. The image you project should be authentic, yet disciplined and deliberate. The first law of brutal social control is to become aware of how others see you. and to take control of that narrative without words. When you shape how they see you, gain silent power over how they behave around you, you will notice people treating you with more caution, more respect, and more curiosity. They will begin to measure their words around you, adjust their posture, and second-guess their challenges, because, in the end, it is not enough to exist quietly. You must be felt, noticed, and respected in your silence. This is how you shape your presence in the shadow game. Section 3. Win with quiet, powerful people rarely need to speak much. The Shadow Master understands that silence is not emptiness, it is a weapon. In social spaces, words are often used to fill the fear of being insignificant. Most people talk to prove they belong, but in doing so, they give away their thoughts, fears, and weaknesses without realizing it. You will learn to embrace silence. You will use it to unsettle others, to force them to fill the space with their words, revealing their true intentions while you remain still, observing everything. When you are quiet, you give others the illusion of control while you gather the data you need to take real control. The loudest person in the room is often the weakest, seeking validation with every word. You do not need to prove yourself to anyone. You do not need to rush to speak or to defend yourself. Your calm, measured silence will become your armor and your signal of dominance. When you speak, your words will carry more weight simply because you use them sparingly. People will lean in, waiting for what you have to say. They will measure your words, interpret your pauses, and feel the weight of your sentences because your silence has taught them that your voice matters. Use silence to create tension. In negotiations, pause before you respond. Let the other person feel the heaviness of that moment. Let them question themselves, adjust their offer, or fill the gap with concessions before you even speak. In arguments, silence is your greatest act of power. You do not need to prove your point to those who are unworthy of your energy. Your body language in silence matters. Keep your posture strong, your movements minimal, and your gaze steady. Let your eyes communicate your presence while your mouth remains closed. Let your silence say, I am here, I am aware, and I am in control. When others overshare, listen with curiosity, not with the intention to respond immediately. Most people will reveal everything about themselves if you allow them to speak without interruption. The Shadow Master collects this information silently, understanding motivations, fears, and desires without exposing their own. Practice deliberate speech. When you choose to speak, use clear, direct sentences. Do not clutter your words with fillers or apologies. Your calm delivery will contrast the chaos of others, reinforcing your position as someone who is unshakable, someone who is quietly in control. Your silence is also a test for others. Watch how people react when you are quiet. The insecure will scramble to fill the space, revealing their anxieties. The impatient will become frustrated, exposing their lack of discipline. The wise will respect your silence, recognizing it as the language of strength. Remember, silence does not mean passivity. It is an active strategy, a conscious decision to observe, to allow others to expose themselves, and to choose your moments to strike with precision. In the shadow game, you do not waste your energy proving yourself to those who cannot understand your value. You remain quiet, letting your presence and your actions speak by mastering silence. You will begin to feel a shift in your interactions. People will treat you differently. They will sense your quiet confidence, your composed energy, and your refusal to seek their validation. This will unsettle many and attract those who recognize power when they see it. This is how you win with quiet, and this is how you become untouchable in the art of social control. Section 4. Control through chaos. Most people crave stability so desperately that they will follow anyone who offers it. The Shadow Master knows this weakness and uses it to control others by learning to create, manage, and leverage. Controlled chaos. Chaos is uncomfortable for those who lack discipline. They will rush to restore order, revealing their priorities, insecurities, and soft spots in the process. When you learn to remain calm in chaos, you position yourself as the silent anchor everyone seeks when uncertainty strikes. This is one of the most brutal yet effective laws of social control. Imagine a room filled with people gossiping, arguing, and panicking over a minor problem. Most will contribute to the noise, seeking attention or validation for their panic. The Shadow Master, however, remains still, observing, calculating, waiting for the moment to speak or act when others have exhausted themselves. This moment of calm assertion commands more authority than the chaos ever could. Chaos is not always external. It can be emotional or psychological. People's minds are filled with confusion, desires, fears, and conflicting goals. By understanding these internal storms, you can guide others without them realizing it. Offer them a clear path when they are lost, and they will follow you. But remember, you are the one shaping the path, not them. Controlled chaos can be created. Intentionally change plans at the last minute. Introduce new variables in negotiations to test reactions. Remain unpredictable, and others will be forced to adjust to your moves, rather than you reacting to theirs. This constant adjustment keeps people off balance, making them more pliable to your influence. However, there is a difference between chaos and reckless destruction. The chaos you create must serve a purpose, to reveal true loyalties, to expose weaknesses, or to force decisions. The goal is not to destroy for amusement, but to control the environment so that you can direct it silently in social circles. This might mean revealing partial truths at strategic times to see how information spreads and who can be trusted. In business, it may involve shifting timelines or priorities to observe how others manage pressure and loyalty. Each move you make should be measured, with chaos acting as the shadow in which your true strategies unfold. While others are distracted by the noise, you will be quietly gathering information, preparing your position, and identifying opportunities. You become the calm in the storm, the figure people look to when everything feels uncertain. They will align with you, trust you, and follow your suggestions simply because you are the only stable point in their chaotic landscape. Learn to thrive in situations others fear. Unpredictability is a weapon when you remain internally stable. It keeps your rivals hesitant and your competitors second-guessing. When they cannot predict your next move, they cannot prepare to counter you. This confusion becomes your invisible shield, allowing you to operate with freedom while they operate in fear. Remember, people crave certainty, and you will give it to them on your terms, when it suits your purpose. Until then, let the chaos swirl around you while you remain unshaken, watching, and pulling the hidden strings that guide the outcome in your favor. This is how you control through chaos, by becoming the stillness that shapes the storm while everyone else loses themselves in the noise. Section 5. Silent alliances' power is rarely seized alone. The Shadow Master knows that alliances built quietly are stronger than loud declarations of loyalty. Most people broadcast their friendships and connections to appear important, but in doing so, they reveal their networks to the world, making them easy to map, manipulate, and destroy. You will not operate like them. You will build silent alliances, relationships that strengthen your position while remaining hidden from the eyes of those who would seek to undermine you. These alliances are not about popularity. They are about leverage, access, and quiet influence. Begin by identifying individuals who hold influence in the spaces you navigate: workplaces, social circles, or communities. You do not need to announce your alignment with them. Instead, offer value quietly. Help them solve a problem without demanding recognition. Support their goals when it benefits your larger mission. Let them come to see you as dependable, intelligent, and discreet. When you form these connections without the noise of validation, people trust you more. You are not trying to ride their influence publicly. You are there to support, learn, and position yourself strategically. Over time, these connections become channels of information, protection, and power that you can tap when the moment demands it. The Shadow Master also understands that alliances are about timing. Do not force relationships for the sake of networking. Let your silence and competence speak, attracting those who recognize value when they see it. Be patient in your social strategy. Rushed alliances often collapse when pressure is applied, while quiet, earned alliances withstand storms. Discretion is your greatest weapon. Avoid sharing who you know, what you discuss, or what plans you are weaving with your alliances. People who speak about every relationship they have lose leverage instantly. Mystery keeps your opponents uncertain about your true reach and your allies' loyalty. Silent alliances also allow you to test loyalty quietly. Observe how people act when they believe you are not watching. Share small, harmless pieces of information to see how far they travel. Note who supports you when you are not in the room and who shifts when the tides change. These silent tests reveal the true character of those around you. Do not tie yourself emotionally to alliances. People change. Interests shift. The Shadow Master remains adaptable, ready to move when an alliance no longer serves the mission. Avoid becoming entangled in the drama or personal conflicts of your allies. You are there to build power, not to be dragged into chaos you do not control. Sometimes, your silence itself is the alliance's foundation. By keeping others' secrets, you become a trusted confidant, increasing your value in their eyes. In a world where most people cannot hold their tongues, your ability to remain silent will make you irreplaceable to the right people. Remember, silent alliances extend your influence beyond your immediate reach. They allow you to operate indirectly, to influence spaces you do not physically occupy, and to gather information without drawing attention. You can shape narratives, redirect resources, and protect yourself through these quiet networks. This law is not about manipulation for the sake of ego. It is about survival and power in a world where loudness is weakness. While others shout about their connections, you will build them quietly, using them only when necessary and only for purposes aligned with your vision. This is how you create and maintain silent alliances, strengthening your quiet empire without ever declaring your true reach to the world. Section 6. Master emotions. Emotions rule the world. They decide wars, break leaders, and shape the destiny of nations and individuals alike. Yet most people are slaves to their emotions, reacting to every insult, every praise, every moment of discomfort. The Shadow Master does not allow emotions to control decisions. Instead, they learn to read, guide, and leverage the emotions of others while mastering their own. First, understand this truth. People will reveal who they are by how they react under emotional pressure. Anger exposes insecurities. Fear reveals hidden desires. Excitement uncovers weaknesses. Your role is to observe these emotional cues without becoming entangled in them yourself. The calm observer always holds the advantage. Develop your ability to read micro-expressions and body language. When you speak to someone, watch their eyes, their hands, the tension in their shoulders. Does their voice change when discussing certain topics? Do they fidget, look away, or speak faster when uncomfortable? Each of these signs is a window into their internal world, revealing what they fear, what they desire, and where they are vulnerable. Once you understand how others feel, you can guide conversations without force. If someone is angry, remain calm, letting them drain their emotional energy while you maintain your composure. If someone is afraid, provide them with a sense of safety if it serves your interests. If they seek validation, offer it in small doses to gain their trust while maintaining your leverage. Mastering emotions also means mastering your own. The Shadow Master practices cold emotional discipline, never allowing anger to dictate speech or fear to dictate silence. In conflict, you will remain calm, calculating each word for maximum impact while others lose control. In temptation, you will remain focused on the mission, refusing to be swayed by fleeting pleasures. Your calmness becomes a weapon, unsettling those who expect an emotional reaction. When they insult you, you remain silent, observing. When they praise you excessively, you do not become intoxicated by it. You move forward regardless, stable and unshakable. To strengthen your emotional discipline, practice delaying reactions. Before responding to an insult or a challenge, pause and breathe. Let the emotion pass like a wave while you remain the rock beneath it. This small pause will give you power over yourself and over the situation, turning potential chaos into controlled opportunity. You will also learn to provoke emotions strategically when it serves your goals. A well-timed compliment can open doors, while a subtle challenge can force someone to reveal their limits. A moment of deliberate silence can create discomfort, encouraging others to fill the space with truths they never intended to share. However, wield this power with caution. Manipulating emotions recklessly will breed unnecessary enemies. The goal is not to harm for amusement, but to guide situations toward your objectives while maintaining your calm center. Over time, you will notice a shift in how people respond to you. Your calm energy will command respect in silence. Your presence will calm chaos, and your words will carry weight simply because they are not driven by emotional impulses. This is how you master emotions, by controlling your own reactions, observing others carefully, and using emotional leverage to guide situations quietly in your favor. While others are lost in the storms of their feelings, you will walk calmly through the chaos, controlling the winds around you without ever losing your center. Section 7. Know more, win more. In the quiet war of social control, information is your sharpest blade. The one who knows more holds the invisible strings that guide conversations, decisions, and loyalties. This is the law of information. Others reveal, you collect. While others speak, you listen. While others assume, you verify. Most people speak without thinking, exposing their plans, weaknesses, and inner conflicts in casual conversations. They post every detail online, eager for validation. They share secrets for attention, forgetting that every word becomes a weapon in the hands of a listener who knows how to use it. The Shadow Master never ignores these opportunities. Your first step is to become an observer. In every conversation, listen more than you speak. Ask questions that reveal intentions and fears. A simple, "What do you think about that?" can lead to people exposing their core beliefs, alliances, and uncertainties. As you listen, store this data quietly. Never interrupt, never rush to respond, and never reveal what you know prematurely. Use environments to gather information effortlessly. At gatherings, watch who people gravitate towards and who they avoid. Observe the micro-hierarchies in friend groups or workplaces. Who dominates conversations? Who remains silent but observant like you? Who changes opinions based on who is present? Each interaction reveals the hidden structure of power within. Groups. Your digital information strategy matters just as much. Study your environment online. Read comments, analyze posts, and see what triggers reactions in your circles or competitors' audiences. This helps you understand what people fear, desire, and hate. It allows you to craft your words and presence precisely to influence silently. Remember, information is not just to collect, it is to protect. Guard your personal information with the same discipline you use to gather it from others. Avoid oversharing details about your plans, desires, and weaknesses. Let people assume they know you while knowing nothing substantial. Mystery keeps you protected while confusion shields. Your strategy: when you decide to use the information you have, do it with precision. One sentence revealing that you know a crucial fact can shift the power in a conversation instantly. A carefully timed insight can change the direction of negotiations. Information is leverage, and leverage is silent power. Do not become arrogant in your knowledge. Always remain a student of human nature, systems, and environments. While others assume they have learned enough, you continue observing, adapting, and refining your understanding. This keeps you steps ahead in any situation. Your goal is to build silent networks of information. Let people speak while you listen. Let them believe you are harmless while you map the terrain. Let them think you are uninformed while you are silently collecting the truths they cannot see. In practice, this law makes you untouchable. When others react emotionally, you will respond strategically because you see the patterns they ignore. When others argue blindly, you will guide the conversation with your superior knowledge. When others panic in uncertainty, you will move confidently because you know what they do not. While others live loudly and blindly, you will live quietly, seeing everything. This is the silent power of information asymmetry. You will know more, and therefore you will win more quietly, effectively, and without needing validation from those who have no idea what game they are even playing. Section 8. Walk away, power. The most powerful person in any interaction is the one who can walk away without fear. The Shadow Master understands that attachment is a silent chain, and dependence on outcomes makes you predictable, controllable, and weak. Those who fear walking away lose the game before it begins. Most people cling to jobs they hate, relationships that drain them, and social circles that limit them because they are terrified of the discomfort that comes with letting go. This fear becomes a leash, one that others pull to control them. When you learn the brutal discipline of detachment, you break free from this leash, gaining a quiet, undeniable power over your life and over others. Detachment does not mean you stop caring about your goals or relationships. It means you are no longer enslaved by them. You can engage fully, strategically, and confidently, knowing that your worth is not tied to a single outcome, person, or opportunity. The first step in Building walkaway power is to minimize your dependencies. If your survival depends on a single job, you will tolerate disrespect. If your sense of self depends on a partner's validation, you will compromise your power to keep them. If your self-worth is tied to a social group, you will betray your values to stay included. Develop skills, income streams, and internal confidence that allow you to choose to stay, not be forced to stay. Financial discipline, physical health, emotional independence, and clear purpose are your foundations for silent walkaway power. When others sense you do not need them, their behavior changes. Negotiations shift in your favor when you are prepared to walk away calmly. People treat you with more respect when they know you will not tolerate disrespect. Social circles treat you as an asset when they see you are willing to leave rather than beg for inclusion. Practice small moments of detachment daily. Say no to things you do not want to do, even if they are expected. Refuse to argue with people who drain your energy. Leave conversations that offer no value. Each act of walking away trains your mind to understand that you are in control of your choices. Your energy will shift. You will walk with calm confidence, not the desperate energy of someone trying to please everyone. This alone will attract respect and curiosity from others, who will sense your self-possession without you having to announce it. In relationships, this power becomes especially potent. You can love deeply, but your love is a choice, not a prison. You can give, but you are not obligated to tolerate what breaks your standards. You can leave when your boundaries are crossed, and this discipline will force others to respect those boundaries or lose your presence. In the world of power, the fear of loss is used to control the masses. The Shadow Master is unshakable because loss is not feared but accepted as part of the path. When you are not afraid to lose, you cannot be manipulated through your desires or attachments. This does not make you cold. It makes you clear. It ensures that every connection, project, or pursuit you engage in is intentional, not driven by fear or desperation. You walk away not out of bitterness, but out of alignment with your values and goals. This is how you build walkaway power. You will become the calm force in every room, the one who is there by choice, not by need, and the one who cannot be controlled by fear of loss. And in that quiet detachment, you will find the kind of freedom most people will never taste. Section 9. Rule your routine. Most people drift through life, ruled by impulse and distraction, their days stolen by meaningless tasks and empty entertainment. The Shadow Master understands that to control others, you must first control yourself. That begins with mastering your daily routine. Your routine is your quiet empire. Each habit you build is a brick in the fortress of your discipline, protecting you from weakness and chaos. While others wake up to scroll aimlessly, you wake with intention. While others let the world dictate their day, you dictate your own. This self-rule is the foundation of silent power. Begin by designing your mornings with clarity. Do not touch your phone the moment you wake. Instead, take a moment to sit in silence, to breathe, to remind yourself of your mission. This small act of discipline sets the tone. You are not a slave to notifications or distractions. Integrate practices that sharpen your mind and body. Exercise to build physical strength, as a strong body supports a strong mind. Read or write to sharpen your thinking and refine your understanding of the world. Each of these practices is a quiet declaration of self-respect, and they add up over weeks and months to transform you into someone unrecognizable to your former self. Identify the few actions each day that move your mission forward. Most people waste time on busyness while avoiding the work that actually matters. You will train yourself to prioritize, to attack the hardest tasks first while your mind is fresh, and to let go of the need to feel productive with meaningless activity. Control your environment to control yourself. Keep your space clean, organized, and minimal. The external environment influences the internal mind, and clutter breeds chaos. When your space reflects order, your mind follows, allowing you to move through your day with calm intention. Discipline your consumption. The Shadow Master does not allow constant noise to flood the mind. Limit mindless entertainment, endless social media scrolling, and information junk food. You will choose what you consume deliberately, seeking knowledge, training, and content that sharpens your vision instead of clouding it. You will also learn to protect your energy. Most people give their time and attention away cheaply to people and situations that drain them. Set boundaries ruthlessly. Say no to distractions that do not align with your goals. Protect your time as your most valuable asset, because it is. While others seek motivation, you will rely on systems. Systems remove the need for willpower, turning difficult tasks into automatic behaviors. If you train daily, your body will expect it. If you write daily, your mind will adapt to it. Motivation fades, but systems remain. Your routine is not a prison. It is a path to quiet freedom. It removes the chaos that most people live in, allowing you to conserve your mental energy for strategy, observation, and decisive action. The person who controls their time controls their future. Over time, this discipline will build your confidence. Silently, you will become someone others sense is in control. Someone whose actions align with their words, and whose presence reflects quiet certainty. This alone will set you apart in a world addicted to distractions and chaos. Remember, in the realm of silent power, self-mastery is the root from which all external mastery grows. You cannot expect to influence others if you cannot first influence yourself. Rule your routine, and you will find that you begin to rule your environment, your opportunities, and your outcomes. This is how you build unshakable internal power. By conquering your day before it conquers you. Section 10. Become untouchable. All your silent power moves lead to this final law. Become untouchable. In a world where everyone can be provoked, distracted, or controlled, your true dominance comes from becoming unshakable physically, emotionally, mentally, and strategically. The Shadow Master understands that people's reactions are their chains. Insults control them. Praise controls them. Fear and desire control them. The person who can remain steady, regardless of what is thrown at them, becomes a force that others fear and respect. To become untouchable, you must first master your mind. The thoughts that arise when someone challenges or criticizes you are not commands, they are tests. Most people allow these thoughts to control their behavior, snapping back in anger or shrinking in fear. You will train yourself to observe these thoughts, letting them pass without attachment. You will act, not react. Physically, you will train your body to withstand discomfort. Exercise is not just about appearance. It is about proving to yourself daily that you can endure, that you can push through resistance, and that you do not need comfort to act. This physical discipline strengthens your mind, reminding you that your limits are illusions to be broken. Emotionally, you will detach from the need for validation. Praise will not intoxicate you, and criticism will not weaken you. You will learn to appreciate feedback without becoming dependent on it. Your self-worth will come from your alignment with your mission, not from others' fleeting opinions. Strategically, you will build structures around your life that protect your time and energy. You will distance yourself from people who bring chaos and distractions. You will protect your routines and your focus, ensuring that your attention is spent only on what aligns with your goals. This creates a protective moat around your mind and mission. You will also cultivate calm under pressure. When chaos erupts, you will be the still point in the storm, the one who thinks clearly while others panic. This calm will make you valuable in every environment, and it will ensure that you never make decisions out of fear or impulse. Being untouchable does not mean being emotionless or distant. It means you control when and how you express emotions, using them deliberately rather than being used by them. You can show kindness, but you do not allow it to be a weakness. You can show strength, but you do not need to shout it. This level of power is quiet, and most will never understand it. They will sense it though, and it will change how they treat you. They will feel your boundaries even when unspoken, respect your decisions without argument, and hesitate to cross you because your energy communicates that you are not to be tested. Understand this truth. People will only treat you as untouchable if you first treat yourself that way. If you betray your boundaries, others will too. If you allow yourself to be distracted, others will distract you. If you allow yourself to be controlled by fear or pleasure, you will be. Your discipline and silence must be unwavering. Becoming untouchable is the ultimate act of freedom. It is the quiet, confident energy that moves through every room, unseen but deeply felt. It is the invisible shield that allows you to navigate any environment without fear, manipulation, or compromise. This is how you complete your silent rise to power. You have learned to remain quiet, control chaos, build silent alliances, master emotions, gather information, walk away, and rule your routine. Now, you integrate all these laws into your identity, becoming a shadow master who cannot be provoked, swayed, or defeated. This is how you become untouchable, and, in a world built on control and chaos, there is no greater power